In the documentary Natchez, filmmaker Susanna Herbert takes a sharp look at the American South's unreconciled history through a Mississippi town that mixes antebellum tourism with a community deeply divided over its past. With an unflinching lens, the film captures the debates, memories, and tensions that are building towards a reckoning. Natchez is directed by Susanna Herbert, and this is her second film after Wrestle from 2018, and Natchez just debuted at the Tribeca Film Festival. Natchez is a very interesting, compelling, thought-provoking documentary. It gives you a false sense of security in the first maybe 15-20 minutes of the film, because we just go on these tours of these houses with the tour guides and small tour groups, maybe like 5 or 6 people, usually white people, and we tour these old houses from the 19th century, and the tour guides tell you about the history of the house and how tourism is basically funding this Natchez, Mississippi town at the moment. But then about the 20-minute film mark of the film really takes like a dark turn when we meet some of the African American tour guides, and we slowly learn about the true history of this town in Mississippi, Natchez. It was basically funded by slavery and cotton picking, and a lot of the white people in this town, the tour guides and the people who own the houses, they don't really want to think about that, or they don't want to incorporate the real history into their tours. They don't want to. They want to influence even the African American tour guides to not mention the slavery or the real history of the town, because they think it will affect the tourism money that's coming in. And most of the tour people who join the tours in Natchez and visit this town, they are basically the baby boomer generation. You don't really see a lot of younger people in this film, and I think this film must have been filmed over a long stretch of time, maybe several years, because we see some of the mainly white people who are flourishing at the start of the film. Their tours are doing well, and lots of tourists are coming in, and then by the second half of the film, they have to move out of the town. They have to sell their goods. Their tourism is really dying, because I think that the true nature of the history of this town has really taken over the town, and the tourism money is getting less, and less people are visiting this town. But some people are adapting, especially the African American tour guides. They are adapting to this change. They are using the real history of this town to incorporate it in their tours. So when people visit, they really get a true nature. People who visit this town, they're more open-minded, and they really want to know the true history of this town, and they really want to see the dark history of the town and what slaves really had to go through at the time. And I just had a really sense of like simmering tension, especially in the second half of the film, between a lot of the white people and African American people. Even some of the white owners who, like, they pretend, oh, we are friendly with the African Americans. We admit the past of our history. When they're in the same room, there's some tension there. And when there's one specific incident towards the end of the film, when one of the African American tour guides is taking some tourists around in his small van, and some white people who are working in the town, they start shouting, oh, everything he said is wrong, that black man is lying, and so there's still some, believe it or not, there's still some racist people living in this town, even though everyone in this town pretty much knows that this Natchez, Mississippi town was basically built on slavery. I give Natchez 4 stars out of 5. This is a very interesting, thought-provoking documentary that changes as the film goes on. It evolves and evolves, because I think this film was shot over a long period of time, several years. So we see the people changing, and the tours changing, and the town changing, and tensions slowly rising and rising as the true nature of this town and how it was built and how it became to be really just reveals itself as the film goes on. So I definitely recommend checking out this film, Natchez. It's a very thought-provoking, entertaining documentary. Thanks for watching. What did you think of Natchez? Please comment below what you thought of the film. See you next time. Bye.